Welcome to the Sunday morning simulcast with Rom Wills. The magic of setting goals. Yeah, you know what? 2018 was a good year for me. A great year for me. It was my most financially successful year in life. You know? And I'm looking at it and I said, okay, great year. Got a lot done. Got bills paid off. Got a lump sum of money in savings. And I'm just like, this is great. So for 2019, I wanted to do even better, right? Now I had a certain, for 2019, I set a certain goal, right? And it was a monetary goal. So what I did, I typed out the number on my computer, what I want to make in 2019, and also what I would need to make monthly, average monthly, in order to make that goal. And I put those two numbers, typed them out, made nice big numbers, and it's taped above my computer, on my wall above my computer, right? And what's amazing, this is something I just did, I did a few days after New Year's, right? Like a day or so after New Year's. It's amazing. Well, let me back up a bit. I said 2018 was very successful. I had several income streams. Most of them were lucrative. I could add to some of them, and I'll get into that in a second. And I was like looking at everything. I was like, oh, okay, I did very well. I mean, very comfortable. Very, very comfortable. Right? And, a lot of people wish they had what I had. Right? And this isn't to brag, but just to really illustrate a point. It was like, okay, I can do more. Right? Now, here's the magic of setting a goal. Right? Here's the magic, because I'm starting to see the magic work already. I said the goal. Now, in 2018, I threw out a number, but, it was pretty much just like, whatever I make, right? And I did well. Then I said, you know what, let me do it differently. Now, I set the goal. I wrote it down. I put it above my computer. I look at my computer every single day, which means I can't help but see this, right? I can't help but see this number. And already what happens there, when you set a goal like that and then you write it down and maybe put it someplace, you could frame it even. Put it someplace conspicuous where you have to look at it. It starts to work on your subconscious. What's happened since I put it up, all of a sudden, I'm seeing opportunities where I might not have seen them before. I'm starting to see, well, wait a minute, I could do something to add to this income stream, or I can increase this income stream. I could do more here. This is something. I got an idea for a book. And also got more energy, because now I started looking at the time and my time management. I was like, I got plenty of time to work on stuff. People don't realize one thing, just as an aside, I did very well last year working the least amount of hours per week. I'm kind of like a lion. I'm sleeping half the time. I was like either working out, sleeping, and, other entertainment, right? So I was like, wait a minute, I got plenty of time for this. I got plenty of time. And all of a sudden, it starts clicking. See, here's the magic of setting a goal. Once you set that goal, first you have to believe that you can make that goal. Like a lot of people might say, well, I want $1 million, but they have no idea how to do it. They'll just say it, yeah, I want $1 million. It's like, okay, well, do you have a vehicle now that could get you to $1 million? Besides like hoping to get the winning lottery ticket. And it's usually no, and that's what happens with a lot of people. They'll set a goal, but then they don't have any idea how they're going to reach that goal, right? That's one thing. And two, even if they might have something, are they going to work towards that goal? See, the thing is, I have the goal and I'm willing to work towards it. I'm willing to put the time and effort and sweat equity in order to reach that goal, right? So, already have the pieces in place, but it's like you have to have a goal. See, what happens when you set a goal, when you set a target, when you have a destination, and you are committed to it. That's the key word. You got to commit to that goal. When you say, you know what, I'm committed to reaching this particular goal. What happens is, and I don't have to get esoteric and say God or the universe or whatever. Your subconscious starts saying, okay, you want to get to that goal? Okay, this is what we need to start doing. All of a sudden, ideas will start popping out. Opportunities will happen. Like let's just say your goal, it doesn't have to be like a lofty goal. Like my particular goal is rather lofty, but it's still realistic to make it. But what if your goal is just something as simple as just getting a steady job, right? It could be that. Now, here's a path to that. Like you want 40 hours or more a week on a job, right? What'll happen is, one, you'll start seeing opportunities. If you're committed to it, you'll start seeing opportunities. And it might even come in a way you might not suspect. You might think, a lot of people think, well, they're automatically going to a 40-hour-a-week job. But then somebody might say, they might get on a job. They still have that goal of that, like, steady job, benefits and everything. But the job they get might start you out at like 12 hours a week. Okay, you still have that goal. What'll happen is you'll start working harder. You focus on it to the point where they'll start finding ways to give you more hours. Because you had that goal, all of a sudden you in that. And I've actually had jobs in the past where I started out part-time and then ended up averaging 50 hours a week. Right? Because I had that goal. See, when you have that goal, everything is focused on it. It's like if you're trying to lose weight or something, right? If you have a real commitment to it, things will start happening. Like your appetite might start changing. You might all of a sudden decide, you know what, instead of like taking this elevator, I'm going to walk up these steps, right? Because once you start that commitment, little things will start happening within your spirit that'll make you say, all right, this is what I can do to make this goal. Like, and I thought about that because I was talking, one of the things I'm going to be doing is interviewing people, doing interviews, like some serious interviews. A lot of people don't remember or that I used to actually have an interview show on the internet radio network, the Harambe network. So all of a sudden that popped back in my head. It was like, hey, just give them more products out there, right? And I already said about a book. I haven't written a book. I haven't written like an original book. Like I've put out some books, but they were essays I had already written and just compiled them. But I hadn't written an original book since 2015. And all of a sudden, it's like, oh, why don't you just write an original story? It's like, boom, all of a sudden, boom, boom, boom. All of a sudden, you start seeing stuff. I mean, and if I even had a greater goal, like say I had a goal of providing jobs, well, for a second, I thought about that, just creating something just to provide some jobs for people, create some jobs. I already have that written down and already saw the ways to do it. All of a sudden, you will find when you set that goal and you commit to reaching that goal, you find out doors start opening all of a sudden. And sometimes they are open to the extent you say, you know what, that door was always open. But at first you didn't have that goal. See, and then you also have to be willing to work and walk through that door. Very important. And so this is for everybody. Whatever you want, first set that goal. Write it down. Commit to it. Be accountable to yourself. That's an important thing. A lot of people aren't accountable. They say stuff, but they ain't accountable to themselves. And then all of a sudden, they might work on it for a few days or something, and then all of a sudden 6 months come by and they haven't done anything. And you know what? If you can't be accountable to yourself, tell somebody you love about the goal, and then ask them to keep you on it. Ask them to keep you accountable. But you really shouldn't have to even go that far. Set those goals. Set those goals. Set the goal, believe in the goal, commit to the goal. And you're going to see some real magic. So anyway, that's it for now. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace and blessings.